Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to round 4 here in Moose Racing League's Tier 1 Season 10 Championship. My name is Punju, and I am so excited to be bringing you guys the Canadian Grand Prix here at Moose Racing League with my great friend, co-host, and amazing co-commentator, Mr. Andy Rage Quit. Andy, how are you doing here tonight? Are you excited for an epic Tier 1 showdown tonight?
Punju, I am amazing as always, and I'm always excited as well to see our elite drivers drive around. By the way, this track, such a technical middle section of this track. I love it. It really tests everybody from the low skill guys to the top skill guys. We're going to see some fireworks again, I'm sure.
Oh, I guarantee you, yeah, fireworks, definitely. In fact, qualifying's already gotten underway, and we already see a little bit of fireworks going down in qualifying. I'm looking at some of these times, so I'll be able to get you guys over there in just a second. But before that, let's take a look at this fireworks-producing track. Of course, Canada, as we all know, 14 corners across 2.7 miles. Who cares about kilometers? What the heck are those? But really only about 3 good passing zones, which is honestly more than a majority of tracks, let's be honest with each other nowadays. Turn 1, of course, is a really solid one. If you're really brave, you can do it into turn 13, the Wall of Champions, and then, in my opinion, the hairpin turn, I want to say it's turn 12. So those are really your spots. This track, basically a bunch of chicanes and then a couple hairpins, and that's really it. It's literally how the track looks. If you look at it from an aerial view, you're like, oh wait, it really is just a couple of chicanes and hairpins. But because of the fact that it's just a couple of hairpins and chicanes, they're hard braking zones. Every single time you have to brake here, you have to brake really hard. There's like not a single kind of brake fast corner at all in this entire track, if you think about it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I like the fact that there's no elevation on it. That can really cause problems. But for sure, the braking zones, there aren't any real quick corners. Everything is like throw the anchors on and hope for the best.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's all big time hard braking stuff that you can get yourself slowed down for these really tight spots. Now it also does make it pretty tough to go too wide through corners here. So those that do brave it are going to be potentially rewarded or punished. So we shall definitely see. Let's go ahead and jump in to qualifying. As I mentioned, we're already underway here. Go ahead and show you guys exactly what we got going on. And it's already looking nice and spicy with Arcadia at a 109.309. Drick's just behind it at 327. And Turtle, the Arcadia's teammate, at a 396. How the heck do we already have 3 people in the 109.3s? Andy, what's going on? What is this?
Yeah, well, we say it week in, week out. The top elite guys tend to be tight. When the weather's fair, which it is, we've got the sun shining, the top guys tend to be tight. We've had, I can't remember what it was last time we were together, but certainly I think we had something like 7 or 8 tenths covering the top 18 drivers. And I'm expecting something similar today.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, as you mentioned, super tight. As of right now, we have a few people yet to set some times as well, so I'm curious to see where they're going to end up. Cookie, in my opinion, actually a little bit slow at a 109.6. That's crazy that I'm saying that is slow. But, of course, he's leading the championship right now, so we all have pretty high hopes for him. Let's go ahead and take a look at these current championship standings so people can see exactly where we're at right here. Right now, I know... Actually, sorry, this is the wrong one, guys. This might be the proper one. Let's make sure that I'm right on this. No, this is last week's race. And last week's race, we had Cookie winning it with Ryan Newton coming in second and Marcus Libbs into third. Marcus Libbs ended up putting him second place in the championship. So it was a good result for him for sure, but I'm sure he wants a little bit more out of that. Currently, he sits about 4 points behind Cookie in the championship with Supply Raptor. Less than half the points of Cookie, and he's in third. Cookie and Marcus Libbs are running away with this thing right now. I mean, I'm really interested to see how those two are going to do here in qualifying and see what that's going to do for the fireworks that are sure to play out on track. What do you think for Marcus Libbs and his chances? He is by far the fastest person I have on my time trial list. So if you knew it's scary.
Marcus is quick, man. I steal Marcus's setups whenever I get the opportunity.
Yes.
They don't work quite as well for me as they do for him. But they do improve my time. Any tips out there? Get yourself onto Marcus's setups because they help me. I knock half a second to a second off whenever I throw Marcus's setups on.
Dang. Yeah, they're pretty strong. Speaking of which, I think he's actually about to be coming out pretty soon. No, it looks like his teammate's coming out, Yellow Snowman. Yellow Snowman coming up and filling in for Tier 1 yet again, as he's had a lot of pretty good luck this season in Tier 1, which is really interesting. I think maybe the pressure's off, so maybe that's why he's doing so well. But currently he's sitting in 5th in qualifying, just 6/100ths of a second behind Cookie, the championship leader. But Marcus Libs, yeah, Jim says, I'm expecting an 8.8 from Marcus, which is actually possible. I think he's done that in time trial. I think he has an 8.7 in time trial, or an 8.6. It's freaky. It's really freaky.
That is more than freaky. I don't know what the next level above freaky is, but that's it.
Yes, yes. In fact, speaking of freaky, it looks like he's about to head out, so we're going to go ahead and watch him as he comes out of the pits. Looks like he's going to go for just a 2-lap strategy, where he will only have 2 chances to put down a time. Brave, but it seems like it's probably going to be fine. So
he has been out. He has been out already. He had a flyer, and he was looking good. And he invalidated at the final chicane there.
That's what it was. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I hadn't seen a time on the board yet from him, so that was why I was assuming that he hadn't been out yet. But that makes a lot more sense. Now, we're gonna. I just expect some insanity from him. Double A's, of course, sitting in 20th right now. Nowhere near what we would expect from our defending champion from last season. But he has been bit by the iRacing bug, and he has lost quite a bit of pace these days. You won't see him practicing like you used to last season for sure. Last season, he put everything on the line to grab that championship, and now it's all kind of like, fallen to the wayside. He's actually sitting on 0 points for this season, so maybe today will be his first point-scoring race of the season. Never know.
Yeah. Well, there aren't many guys that can go back-to-back. Once people sometimes win a championship, you look through the history of the sport itself, IRL. There aren't many guys who've gone back-to-back over the course of the last 30 years.
That's a good point.
You look at Moose itself. We've got a couple of repeat champions, certainly in Tier 1. I think Drix is a repeat champion, and obviously Giants fan is a multiple repeat winner. Still the winningest driver in MRL history.
Well, you wouldn't know it, though. As of right now, he's sitting on 1 point for the season. Currently sits in 16th place in this championship, or in this qualifying. However, he's only 3 1,000ths off of Mod and 15th. But Mod, a Tier 3 driver. The Giants fan currently getting out-qualified by a Tier 3 driver. I wonder how that must feel. Cookie must be feeling pretty good.
There we go.
At 109.2. There it is, starting to speed up. We see that come through. I guarantee you we're about to see some more come through that are even faster. Drix is on an invalid lap already, though, so I'm watching Master Turtle. I'm going to see what he can do. And, of course, Marcus Libs is about halfway through his lap. Esteban at 109.255, even faster. That's crazy. What the heck? Master Turtle, how's he looking? Oh, he's invalidated. Back to Marcus Libs.
Yeah, Marcus just got a nice little toe off a McLaren in the middle of Sector 2.
Okay.
So he's a 41-1. 41-1 for Sector 2. So it'll be interesting to see if that's really helped him through that the straight DRS section there.
See, when I watch people like in Tier 1 race, sometimes I just watch them do a certain corner. I'm like, there's no way you can grip that fast. But he just knows. Oh, he invalidates it again. I was about to say he knows almost all the track limits, but he's really trying to make the most out of that Wall of Championship. Wall of Champions. That would have been a 109.275, by the way. Would have easily been second. So, yeah, it's quick, man.
Under pressure.
He's got it. Yeah.
He's under pressure now. As we see a car sideways. That's Snaky? No. That's an Alfa Romeo. That is...
Don't blink.
Don't blink.
Yep.
No front wing. He's gone all Pinocchio on us.
Oh boy, right row. Yeah. He's definitely gonna have to go back to the pits and get a change on that one. Right now, though, he's only 1/100th of a second. Actually, a little bit less than 1/100. A little more than 1/100th. Yeah, of a second away from Gamer and the top 10. Sebi though freaked out. He's in 12th. That's correct, Sebi. As of now, you never know though. Could change. You got some speedy boys behind you. Never know. Bops says Bops L, though he's actually sitting in 8th. Not that bad of a position for himself to be in. Pretty good, in my opinion. The gaps are closing up, though. Remember how not too long ago it was 109.3s and then a huge gap to 109.6? We got Minico slotting himself in there at a 109.5. What do you think our pole position time is going to be as we've already at a 109.255? Do you think we'll actually hit a 108 in this qualifying session?
I'd like to think that certainly if Marcus can string something together, he would have, I think he probably lifted when he come through the that chicane, knowing he got in too deep or too tight, whatever.
Probably.
I think he can do as a 108. I think Cookie's got another good run in him. Again, just from a tight point of view, 7/10ths covering the top 12 at the moment.
Wow.
Not too bad at all. And it can only get tighter. Giants fans got more than Giants fan's got more than a 10-5 in him. I'd know.
Way more.
You know, he's 3/10. He's 3/10 up through the first sector.
There it is. That's more like the Giants fan we know.
Yellow Snowman's retired in the pit lane.
Hmm.
There's nobody out on track right now. We've got 3 drivers out on track.
Yeah. It's that, he's 6/10 up. Hold on a second. He's at a 109.9 right now.
Yeah.
Giants fan is picking up the pace. He does need a lot more.
He needs more.
Isn't that crazy that 109.9 will barely, maybe, only possibly make you into the top 10 if it's a low 109.9? What the heck, dude? This tier has gotten so much faster season after season, and that's a great wall of champions. Marcus Libs, I hope you're on spectate mode. That is the way you do that. Going right there. That's a 109.5. Puts himself into 6th. Not bad, but yeah, all energy gone. Look, he's at 3% now left over. He used it, everything he had. Wow.
We got Supply Raptor a 10th up, 2/10 up through 2 sectors now.
Yep. Yeah, it could put him in contention for usurping Yellow Snowman at this current moment. Potentially even higher if he can have a really good final wall of champions. But it just depends how he can handle that final corner. He looks pretty good though today. What are you thinking?
Yeah, he does. He does. I like that. There's so many corners.
Oh, he's done.
Because there's so many. Oh, whoa. No, obviously not very happy with his hairpin because he's dived into the pits.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like this track because obviously you've got the straights. It's a real test of choice of setup. Yes. Because you've got the twisty, turny sections in that sector too. You've got 2 pretty long straights, and yeah, it's a real test. That those the hairpin in particular, parts of sector 1, real good chances for people to pick up time.
That's true. Now we're on board with our second winningest most driver here in Moose Racing League, Mr. Trix RL, who used to be the dominant force of Tier 1. Now, of course, he's had a couple seasons where he's had some pretty stark competition against Giants fan and some others as well. But let's see if he can find himself back up on the top step today, at least in qualifying, let alone in the race itself. He's got a really strong Sector 1, using all the track he possibly can. Looks like he went out a little bit earlier for that one, so that way he can, avoid all the traffic. But he is 2/100ths of a second down from his best, so he's got to have a blisteringly fast Sector 2 and 3 if he wants to improve. Pretty solid move through turn 6 and 7, going down into the turn 8-9 chicane. Comfy moves from there from Drix. Looks like he's pretty much on edge, though. I mean, I feel like he's pushing pretty hard. Cookies looks like he's retired. Yeah. He doesn't feel like he's got any more in him. But Drix is 1.6 up. That would be good enough for a low 109. But as an awkward entry into that hairpin, he definitely got some rear locking. I don't know. Do you think that maybe cost Drix his lap right here, or do you think he'll still be able to put it together?
That might have cost him a couple of tenths, to be fair. Depends how he takes Wall of Champions and the final chicane.
Cut it way too hard.
Invalidates. There you go.
Yep. That would have been a 109.088. What the heck, man? Yeah. Wow. I'm hearing that Double A's is trying to do this race on Chase Cam. Yeah, you're right. I think he's happy with this championship. He says, I don't need to try again. And then Yellow Snowman is I guess content. He says he retired to grab a beer in the garage with his lap.
Yeah, well, do you know what? He's just grabbed himself a podium in Tier 2 in horrific weather conditions, by the way.
Yeah.
The Tier 2 race was disgusting for weather.
Also, by the way, are you able to reset your camera? Looks like it's frozen. Doesn't like you. Ah, there it is. Just kidding. Now it's good. Kinda.
You know what? It might be because I was sat staring at the standings.
Ah. I wonder if you actually weren't frozen. You were just so locked in.
I might have just been sat locked in on the timings, like just staring at the timing screen. That might have been it.
Something to note, guys. Never know. Well, hey, now we got Marcus Libs under pressure. One shot to set a lap right here. He's got a one-shot qualifying. If Marcus Libs pulls out something insane right here, this would arguably be probably maybe the most impressive qualifying session in all of Moose Racing League. And as of right now, it's looking mighty fast. He's currently set to end up at the very back of the grid today if this does not go his way. So he needs to have a good lap right here. If he sets down 3 perfect sectors, this literally could be a ridiculous upset. Every single driver right now is on track or retired. And if they're on track, they're on a lap minus a few. And he's going to get a bit of a tow going down into the hairpin from a Haas right there. Pulls out of the way. It looks like it was Snaky. No, it's the other Haas, actually, with Estenbaugh. who's done. He's currently sitting provisionally at a 109.255. Not going to be happy to give his current rival for this qualifying pole position a toe. So Marcus Libbs with it all to prove right here. Just 2 more corners to go. These are the 2 he's invalidated every single time so far. Turns in a little bit less tight than he usually does. I think he decided to do that to play safe and just get a time on the board. How's he going to be right here? It's freaky. That's unbelievable, dude. That's unbelievable. Wow, a 109, 108.
Esteban will not improve.
No.
Arcadia dives in the pits. Drix.
Are we going to see him take this from a one-shot?
That is incredible if it happens. Drix is pushing hard, by the way. Drix is pushing hard.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Must be up.
Ooh. He's really going for it. Hold on a second. Oh, it doesn't do it, but he's right in second. I think that's it. Minico's is really the only chance, and Minico doesn't improve enough either. We got Hitch, and Hitch is going to go in. That's Marcus Libbs on a one-shot quali. Grabs pole position out of this
Incredible.
thing. What are we talking about, dude? What are we talking about? That's insane.
1 second.
Wow.
1 second covers. First down to 18th.
1.2 for the full grid. 1.2 for the full grid.
Entire grid.
Wow. And I'm hearing Giants invalidated a 9.114. Still not good enough for pole. That's crazy, dude. But Drix flew to the line. The fact that he had to use every single percentage of ERS just to get that time, and Marcus was still 1.5 tenths almost up on that, shows we might be in for a serious domination from this Ferrari driver.
Well, we might, but it sounds to me as though there may well be some track limit problems further on down the line.
Yes. Yes, you're right. Marcus Libbs, though, grabbing pole position and the glory for now before we start this race, with Drix sitting in second, Esteban in third. Great qualifying from him. And Cookie, the current championship leader, sitting down in fourth. The championship rival, obviously, in first. Arcadia in fifth, Minico in sixth, Turtle in seventh, Gamer in eighth, Giants fan in ninth, and Xylo in 10th. He rounds out the top 10 with Yellowstone just outside of it in 11th. Supply Raptor, the guy who's sitting in third right now in the championship, actually in 12th. Bops in 13th, Snakey in 14th, Blink in 15th, Rich Sebi in 16th. We got Hitch in 17th, Double A's in 18th, Sketchy Bull in 19th, and Mod rounds out our grid tonight. It's going to be a sweaty one. Are you ready for this?
I'm always ready. I'm always ready for our quick boys.
Wow. Esteban and Drix were 7 thousandths away, by the way.
Yeah, incredible.
Dang. This is going to be mighty sweaty. Mighty sweaty. I am so ready for this. And you're right, it is full dry. Not a cloud in the sky out there. Now, obviously, we might get randomly lucky and find clouds just show up out of nowhere in like a 3-minute interval for the last like few minutes of the race. That'd be awesome. But as of right now, it's looking like we're going to have dry, cool, calm, collected, smooth racing. I mean, obviously, I said Marcus looks like he could be dominant here. This is his home track, and as Yellowstone says again in chat, he raced against Max Verstappen. Remember that. That's correct. He did. So let's see what he's got, man. Let's see what he's got. Are you excited for this one, Andy?
Like I said, mate, I'm always excited, mate. I can't wait to see what our elite put out on show for us tonight, because, of course, at Moose Racing League, we don't just put on a race, we put on a show. So it's important that everybody invites their friends, their family, their brothers, sisters, their
dogs,
entire extended family, their dogs, their cats, any pet fish they have. It's important. Away you go.
We got 4 and 5 lights on for this pet dog family cat show of crazy racing. All the lights are gone and these drivers are off, and that is Marcus Libbs with an amazing launch. Drix also on a pretty good one, but Esteban wants to take the inside line going to 1. He's going to force Drix to go wide, and that's actually going to mess up Esteban for another position. Cookie trying to grab third. He's going to have the inside line going into 3. Looks like a pretty solid launch from Cookie. Really good launch from Cookie. I think he's going to take it. He will. He cuts across, gets in front of Esteban. Esteban already down in position. Marcus Libbs, Drix hold first and second, though, and Arcadia right behind in 5th, chomping at the bit. We got 6th of Minico, 7th of Master Turtle, 8th of Gamer, 9th of Yellow Snowman, making a move on Gamer, but didn't quite get it to stick, and Xylo right behind, rounding out our top 10 currently at the end of the first 2 corners. Let's take a look at our position changes. Esteban down 2. Biggest loser so far, Supply Raptor down 3, actually. Really rough, 4 now. Really rough start. He's in the thick of it, has to go too wide. New turn 9, gets a little bit caught up with Rich Sebi, it looked like, and Mark 7 Hitch will make some moves along with Double A. So Rich Sebi now down all the way to 19th after getting caught. Last place after getting caught in some kerfuffle, and that back of the grid is looking pretty wily. But of course, the mid pack is where all the action is. Yellow Snowman just about to make a move down Gamer on his way into the Wall of Champions. Yellow Snowman says, thank you so much. I'll take it early. So will Xylo. Xylo's going to go side by side with Yellow Snowman going into lap 1, turn 13 and 14. What are they doing? They make it through. How do they make it through?
A Gamer goes through while those two squabble, nearly collecting each other into the Wall of Champions. What a move that is from Gamer.
It's insanity. Guys, this is lap 1. Relax. This is crazy. Wow. Yeah, the Ferrari's trying to hang around the outside. I think he's going to still do it. He's got a lot of immense faith in Xylo. Yeah, Yellow Snowman really does have faith in Xylo. He's scribbling at everything he's got. Looks like it's going to be a pretty sweaty race for the rest of this thing. This is going to be pretty intense. So far, though, Marcus Libs is almost 2 seconds good of Cookie. That is a disgusting opening lap for Marcus Libs. What do you think is giving him all that extra pace? It's obviously the softs, but, I mean, that seems more than just tire advantage, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things where when it's your home track, you really want to do well, and you maybe it's just a track he puts a lot more practice in than everybody else.
It is. Yeah, it's his home track.
You know, a little bit of personal pride.
Yeah, he lives like right down the street. Fun fact, did you know that? He actually lives like pretty close to this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
maybe he's just driven it. I don't know.
Yeah, he's really good. He actually has driven it, I think. He knows this place, like the back of his hand. He's been to this Grand Prix before as well. Marcus Libs with the 1:11.888 in race already. That's silly. That's pretty crazy. It's only gonna get crazier too. So I'm excited to see how this one keeps playing out. This is looking pretty spicy though. Who is your standout so far for this race?
Well, aside from Marcus, clearly with that amazing start he's made, I'm looking forward to seeing a driver that is renowned in Moose Racing League history as being quick, and I tipped him at the start of the season to be an impact. I'm looking forward to seeing Drix.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen him really kind of string something together. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him this week. Again, Cookie, Minico, Xylo at the minute languishing down in P11. I'm pretty happy for Yellow Snowman, but obviously he's got a different strat to the majority of the field on the soft tire early doors.
Yes.
Should be an interesting race. I'm just really looking forward to seeing some of these guys. I mean, every week, we say it every week. You know, they provide us with some absolute masterclass performances. We do have the occasional disaster class, but
Yeah, we do.
You know, the less said about those, the better.
That's half the act. That's half the fun, you know. However, I do want to point out, look at Drix. He's half a second away from Cookie, and he can't catch, and he's on a tire advantage. That's to show just how strong Cookie is looking right now. Yellow Snowman also on a tire advantage, cannot catch up to Gamer, who's on hards. And Snaky, obviously on the medium. Snaky, that we all know to be insanely pacey. So it does make sense. Yellow Snowman, though, honestly, he's been doing a great job to hold his own here in Tier 1 the times he's had to reserve up. That is our first penalty. First 2 penalties, actually, from Master Turtle and Double A's. They've already started to pile in, and we're only going to get more.
Yeah, it's early days with penalties. Lap 4. We are definitely going to see. What do you think the top penalty is going to be today? What's the largest penalty somebody's going to have?
I think in this tier we're only going to see a 12er.
I think a 12 is pretty good.
Actually, we might.
I say good, big.
No, that's pretty big. Yeah, I'm gonna revise myself. I'm gonna say a 9er. I'm gonna say a 9 second.
9er. Okay. I was gonna say 9. I was gonna say 12. Holy, who's doing a 12? Maybe Marcus
myself at 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Caught yourself at 12.
Yeah,
I came myself at 3, but I'm
okay.
like 3 seconds a lap slower.
Must be
nice.
But
I'm slower. Slower guys don't get penalties.
That's you say that. I see a lot of get penalties, Rich. When I watched that race, there were a lot of penalties. There were a lot of penalties in Tier 5. We actually made a cumulative bet. Me and Dreams, we said, how much do you think the whole grid will get? I said over under 80. I picked the under. I had some faith. He said over 80 seconds cumulative. I think cumulative was like 40 seconds. There's 9 cumulative right here. Sketchybull grabs himself 3 seconds while he's sitting in 17th. His teammate right next to him in 16th. Both the Williams also sitting in 14th and 15th. So the teammates are commiserating together. Alpha Tauri also having a bit of a rough one, sitting in 13th and 20th. And the McLarens 12th and 18th. Those teams all having 0 points currently on the board. Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes and Haas all having double point scores right now. So, ooh, this is a very interesting grid so far.
Yeah, there's a real good split between teams, isn't there? There's some teams that are going to be bitterly disappointed. There's some teams that will be thinking early days, work together. And again, that's another thing that these top guys do. They work together well. So it'll be interesting to see if we actually get the likes of Cookie, Minico racing side by side as Arcadia dips into the pits.
Yeah.
That's an early stop for him.
I'm on
There
his
is a
camera.
front wing going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's getting a wing, so that's why he had to pit up. I'm wondering where he damaged it though, because I didn't really see any spots where it looked like people were breaking their wings. And in my opinion, this track is pretty runnable on a broken wing. He was sitting in like what, 7th, 6th? I don't know if I agree with that strategy to go in this early, grab the wing. I think he should have stuck it out. He was on mediums. Just go for 10 more laps, see if you can keep it going,
Yeah, we've got our first champagne cork, by the way, of the evening, and it is Yellow Snowmen currently sat in 7th place, and the bubbles are beginning to form behind him. It's Snaky Gamer, Xylo, Giants fan, and Supply Raptor.
It's everybody.
To be fair, Hitch, Bops, Don't Blink, Sketchy Bull, all in a row.
And then Rich Sebby's
are not working.
Yeah, Rich Sebby's only 1.4 seconds out of that as well, so he's really not that far off this little bubble. And there goes the cork popping, potentially Snaky. Oh, thought about it, decided to back out last second. That was not the move. Snaky's now going to lose out into turn 1, so he's going to have to relegate and stay behind for a little bit longer. That's a 5-second gap between Yellow Snowman and Mini-Kyle. Yellow Snowman just proudly playing the Alonso role as if he's sitting in Monaco blocking everybody up. Xylo and Giants fan have a little scrap. They have history at this track too. If you remember, the championship that Xylo lost on the last round was settled here at this track between these two, and they had some collisions actually, some little moments. So this could be some tensions flaring up again from geographic memory.
Yeah, it's long is the memory of a league racing driver. You never forget those people who've done you bad on certain tracks.
That is
it
fair.
sticks in the memory, and when you're next to them, it doesn't matter whether it's the same track or not, but when you're next to those guys, it doesn't feel great.
Nope. However, I will say they were giving each other just enough room to make it work. So that was pretty impressive. Yellow Snowman says, or Jim says, Yellow looks like he's running a lower downforce setup. I bet you he is, because he's able to hold off on the straights relatively well. Snaky is going to go for it this time. Yeah, that was smart. I think Snaky should have gone for it last time. He'll be able to get that double DRS heaping as well, so he's going to be able to gap out now pretty comfortably. He's long gone. So good move from Snaky to get past. Now it's Yellow Snowman getting bumped a little bit actually from the Alpine of Gamer right behind him. Yellow Snowman saying, no, you're going to wait behind me as I take this DRS and run away with it as well. He's going to stay in a pretty good spot. Cookie, though, take a look at this. 4/10 away from Marcus Libs. Marcus Libs had gapped out pretty comfortably, but that gap is all gone. So now it's a 3-horse race up at the front between Drix, Cookie, and Marcus. Pretty comfortably. Master Turtle and Estimba obviously not too far out of it, but both of them rocking penalties. So it is really just a 3-piece. With Cookie, in my opinion, the most advantageous spot. We got a spin. Mod. Oh, no. Spinning out of the second chicane. Unfortunate.
Just a little bit of note here. Marcus Libs on the soft tire, so a completely different strategy to the championship leader Cookie. We might see Cookie make a move here, actually down into the Wall of Champions chicane. Yep. Terrible angle from the director. Yeah, and there he goes. He's through into P1. Just from a DRS point of view, Cookie 20-odd%, Marcus in the teens. Just take a quick look at your boy Drixel in the Aston Martin. He is sat watching front row seat, ready to pounce. How long are these soft tires going to go?
2 more laps, max. When you're here at the 8 laps old, they're already starting to really burn off. You might be able to get 2 more out of it if you're really good. Like Drix right now, obviously he's hardly even used these things, right? So he could probably get 2 more out of it. But Marcus, he might be at the end of the life of these things. So he's probably hoping for a safety car or something like that. We do, as I say that, we got our VSC. It looks like there's a spun out double A's.
Double A's. Yeah, double A's. No front wing for him. So we don't have a full safety car come out on track, so that's good. He's managed to get going again pretty soon.
Yeah. Full Pinocchio. It's definitely not good for him, but good for everybody else, especially good for these top 3 guys. They're all going to have to make a tough choice, though. Are they all going to pit? Because I think it'd be smart for all 3 of them at this point to get on hards, potentially. Cookie, though.
Yeah, it's
It's
less
just
of a
for Cookie.
difficult choice for Marcus and Drix.
Yeah. They're obviously going to go in. There's no way they don't. As I say that, what am I even talking about, dude? This is tier 1. These guys don't have quit in them. They just keep on going. Like 40% worn tires, probably. Yellowstone's going to keep it going as well.
Does dip in. He's the first car into the pits. He's gone from mediums. He's thrown a set of hards on to go to the end. He's going to come out. Oh, there's a host of cars going in now. Hitch, Don't Blink, Sebi, double A's. Double A's, obviously, because he's got no front wing. But yeah, a host of cars going and dipping into the pits as the virtual safety car. Oh, it doesn't end.
Should be coming in soon.
Yeah, Master Turtle didn't suffer the same discretion that I made earlier on.
Now, somebody in chat is saying, can me and Andy play rock, paper, scissors for bragging rights? I'm curious, Tilla. Bragging rights about what? Who's going to commentate or curse people the most? Because I think we're pretty even on that one, Andy. We found... Actually, I might be the bigger offender. I might be the one. It's probably me.
I think you've probably just edged that one slightly.
Just barely. Just barely. Not like I do it.
I remember we commentated at Brazil. My word.
No. Not that one. That was a rough one.
That was worth 2.
That was so bad. That was so bad. Yeah, that was a rough one. But you know, we're not there anymore. So we're here at Canada, where commentator curses definitely don't happen, right? And Marcus Libs is closing down on Cookie. Late break. Oh my gosh, look at the way Marcus Libs takes turn 1. It's so much more aggressive than Cookie. But the exit out of it is Cookie's game. So yeah, Tilla says that just rock, paper, scissors just in general, just to determine who's better at life, which I don't know if that's how life works, but you know, Tilla, it might be how it works in Scotland, right? I think that is how it works over there. Andy, you would know. You're not too far from Scotland. Do they live life on rock, paper, scissors?
They just live life on the edge, full stop up there.
Ah, makes sense. More about this.
Deep fried Mars bars and iron brew.
Ah. Deep fried Mars bars.
Seriously, I'm not joking.
Also, it's funny because Tilla's Irish, I think. And so it's really fun to just poke fun at him and call him Scottish. It is the best ever. Tesseros says cry Scotland.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The MRL Twitter account is just that. The MRL Twitter account's cooking.
I'm sure it is right now. Oh boy. Kate says they all sound the same to me. Scottish, Irish, you never know. It's all the same. Just like how a lot of British people think that all Americans sound the same. It's all the same to me. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
Nah, it's all different. It's all jokes. Please don't put me on blast. Anyways, someone who is on blast is Cookie right now, blasting away from Marcus Libs as best he possibly can. Look at that segue. But I don't know if it's going to be enough pace. There's another penalty, as we talked about. Wow, they just keep piling on in. Marcus Libs and Drix have an interesting choice right now to make. Do you think they're going to go ahead and put on hards to the end? What do you think? Or mediums? Dude, imagine.
I think these guys can stick some mediums on and take them to the end. I just think they can. I think they're incredibly capable.
Yep. Absolutely.
Marcus will not want to lock up at the hairpin too many times to enable him to do that.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean, these guys do things that I can only dream of in a sim car. As we see Marcus, just sticks his nose out, has a little look on the inside of the Wall of Champions chicane, decides better of it. Probably a good choice.
Yep. He was a little far back.
Yeah, we've got a couple of lonely drivers kicking around though now. Estambar, Minico, Snakey.
Oh, you're
Snakey's not lonely, actually. He's got Yellow Snowman for company, but certainly Estambar and Minico, very lonely right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind being a little bit lonely right now at this point of the race. It would, it'd be kind of nice, you know? All these drivers are really aggressive, so I'd be like, yes, please get everybody away from me. This sounds great. Speaking of aggressive, Aston Martin of Xylo and Giants fan once again having a little bit of a scuffle. Might go side by side into turn 3. No, he doesn't. Xylo's going to dive into turn 3, gets a little bit of a nudge to the McLaren, and Giants fan had to go off just like we saw out of an IRL incident of Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel kind of move right there. And there goes Bob trying to take an inside line on Giants fan. Giants fan closed the door just right. Very, very tight, though. Almost a collision right there. Xylo and Giants fan, it's getting hot, man. I see fireworks might come out of that one. Be wary.
I agree with you. I agree. Master Turtle's just made a move on Gamer in the middle of Sector 2 as well. Coming up to the hairpin now. Gamer isn't going to make a move back.
I don't think he could. And that's actually good that Master Turtle got up in front of that as well, because there's really no other spot for him to pass, and they're all under DRS right now, right? So there really would be no better spot for it. Drick's going to be the first to go into the pits and get off these softs. I think he's going to go hards. I know Drix. He loves hard tires. He goes mediums. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't even know anymore, man. I'm just... Oh, Zylo gets 5 seconds for speeding. Oh, no.
Oh,
that's brutal. Yep.
To be fair, I threw some hard tires on earlier on, and I know I'm not Drix, but I threw some hard tires on, and they were horrible.
Weirdly,
I hated every second of it.
Really?
I couldn't get off them quick enough.
I really liked them. I thought they were pretty fun. Oh, wow. There's a little bit of a scuffle right here. Yeah, Giants fan slowing down with Bobs. And it's just closing everybody up. Yeah, Bob's Giants fan having a side-by-side hardcore tussle. Trix 60 inside line. That's a 1. And might get a 2 out of it. I think he will. Trix just sized himself up, waited for his spot. Bob's going to try to take the inside line. Won't have it. Trix makes 2. But after having to wait and lose about a half a second to a second behind that scuffle, so Trix must feel really good to be getting out of that one and getting some clear air. Penalty-wise, take a look at this. Everybody on 3 seconds except for Master Turtle, Gamer, Zylo, and Double A's. And Sketchable, actually. So most people not on 3 seconds anymore, with Zylo having 8.
Yeah.
We have a lot of penalties on the board already.
It is a penalty fest.
38. We have 41 seconds of penalties right now, collective.
Yeah, Yellow Snowman getting rid of the soft tires as well now. 13 laps. He's had enough. He's throwing on the mediums as well.
Yeah. Drix is brave to put on those mediums a little bit early. I don't know, man. That undercut.
Yeah, I agree. But the undercut works wonders at Canada, as it does throughout most tracks, actually, on this game, to be perfectly honest.
Yes.
The way that he got past Bops and Giants fan, that so incredibly important, because he did come out in a really tough position.
Mm-hmm.
And behind those 2 cars, you can see he's gapped those guys by 2.5 seconds already.
Yep, he's gone. Said, see you later, alligators.
Incredible.
And now he's about to get Gamer coming out of the hairpin on his way down to Wall of Champions. Gamer's not going to have DRS to defend against this, so Drix will... Dude, how does he slow the thing down like that? It looks like he's coming in way too fast to actually get it slowed down. But then out of nowhere, right before the turn, it's like an immediate stop and just zoop, sucks it all the way down to the ground and gets it down to 0 so he can make that corner. It looks like totally unreal to me. Blows my mind how good he is at that, and how good all these drivers are at making these hard braking zones look so effortless. But Drix, with that undercut, is going to be really strong. An 11.839 already in the race. Marcus Libs had an 11.888 or something like that on those softs. So already, medium's playing dividends. Marcus Libs going to be in a world of hurt when he goes back into the pits, and he'll definitely come out behind Drix for sure.
Yeah, we are... What are we? Where's Drix? Yeah, 15 seconds. Drix is behind Cookie, so only 14 and a half behind Marcus. Yeah. Maybe Marcus has stayed out. The undercut is working. Marcus stayed out too long.
Ooh, big mistake from Cookie right there going into the hairpin. He just locked his rears up like crazy. They might both be going in soon, in which case is that going to be Cookie on the hards and Marcus on the mediums? What's to go here now? Marcus should be going in right now. He will, yep.
Yeah, Marcus goes in. I think Cookie's going to try and take these mediums.
Until he can get softs?
Until he can get softs, which is probably, what, another 7, 8 laps? If you see the guys doing 13, 14 on them.
Yeah, so you want to go at least 4 to 5 more laps. See where Drix comes out as comparison to Marcus Libs. Marcus Libs barely even coming out of the pit lane. Drix is already through turn 2. Whoa! Holy undercut. Marcus Libs will barely come out in front of Gamer. It looks like he won't get held up. But lap 20 for softs is definitely doable. I think he's going to go 21 for Cookie. But Cookie is going to have a lot of work to do then once he gets on those things. And we've already seen the softs barely even have an advantage is what it looks like, because otherwise Marcus and Drix should have been long ahead of everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
They really had that much of an advantage. I don't know, dude. I mean, that could really come back to bite him.
I guess it all depends on what the mentality is early doors there. Yes, you've got the soft tires on, but if you cook them too hard, you're going to end up pitting at lap 10, 11. If you just take care of them a little bit, you can make them last to lap 13, 14, 15, which is what the guys did. And maybe they just fancy that the medium tire is a better race tire.
You know, that's actually a good point. That could be the thought process. And I personally think the medium tire is a really, really good race tire here. I think it's exceptionally strong. So that could be the move for these guys. Now, we've got a couple people going in the pits. It looks like Minico and Gamer both hitting the pits. Minico.
New front wing for Minico.
Yeah. He probably was driving on that wing damage for a hot minute, probably light wing damage. So good that he could drive on that for a hot minute. Helps him stay out in good air for a little bit longer. Now he's going to have Gamer right behind him, even though he used to be well in front of Gamer. Zylo looks like he's retired into the pits.
Yeah, Zylo's done. He's had enough for the day.
I'm curious why. It didn't seem like anything was wrong.
No.
Yeah, interesting right there. Ma, though, unfortunately, 20 seconds off. Oh, man. We'll catch up a little bit to the pack, though, but not too much. About 10 seconds off now. Cookie on those old mediums. I'm just curious. Drix, like, he's 10 seconds away from Cookie. What in the heck is going to happen here when Drix catches up? Because at this rate, Drix is literally catching Cookie. Drix will probably be within 8 seconds by the time Cookie goes in at this rate. How does Cookie respond?
Well, Cookie's just got to throw those soft tires on and go hell for leather.
Yeah.
You know, I can't imagine he's going to throw the hards on.
Yeah, no way. However, Esteban making a bit of an interesting choice. He puts on mediums for just 17 laps, what it looks like. 16, 17 laps. So, I don't know. I think the softs at this point, if you haven't gotten in yet, you should be getting softs, basically.
Well, if you look at the tires selected by all the drivers right now, there is only one driver who's been out since the start. That's Cookie.
Bops as
and
well.
That means there's only going to be one driver on the soft tire.
No,
everybody else.
Bops as well, by the way. Bops has yet to go in.
Where's Bops? Oh, yeah, Bops on 18. Yeah, so Bops is probably going to go to the soft tire as well.
Yeah.
Which means, you know, there's going to be two runners on the soft tire. That'll be a real interesting strategy call. You know, they've gone against the grain, so to speak, because everybody else is now sat there on hards and mediums.
Yeah, that against the grain is definitely the right way of describing it. It's very much so non-traditional. Arcadia, though, in my opinion, in the worst place when it comes to pit strategy, him and Sketchy Bull, because Arcadia on 13-lap old hards, going to have to make one more stop. There's no way he takes us to the end. He can't get 13 more laps out of those things. That'd be insane. And Sketchy Bull as well can't go another 15 laps on those mediums. That just won't happen. So both those guys, unfortunately, are going to have to make one more pit stop. But it's just a question of everybody else. What's going to happen with these guys? And when are they going to make that move?
Yeah, I guess we're looking up just to see where we've got a little bit of racing going on. So Bops, Hitch, Arcadia, and Yellow Snowmen in that lower reaches of the point scoring positions as Hitch gets around Bops. I think Bops going to let him through there.
Yeah, he definitely
didn't want to battle that too much. Good teamwork, as we said earlier on. Teams working together is where it's at. So Bops is going to try and defend. Yeah, good defensive line from Bops.
Oh,
he's going to hold. He holds the Mercedes. He holds the Ferrari. Can he hold them through the DRS zone, though? That's the next call. Down to the next tight right-hander.
Yeah, he'll hold it. Did you see Yellow Snowman, though? He snuck around the outside of Arcadia and gets himself a time penalty for his troubles. Unfortunate right there as he's just falling a little bit too close. But that was a nasty move from Yellow Snowman to see the blood in the water. Huge dive from him, though. There he goes. He says, this is mine, and I'll also take DRS from you on exit. Thank you very much. And he's going to get them both. Yeah. That's he needed to do that big time.
Yeah, he did. He needs to make those tires dance. He needs to make them sing. Because as Bops fights back, actually, down the straight. But inside line for Yellow Snowman should see him straight. And yeah, Bops dives in. Oh, just about keeps it valid.
Wow. Oh, Drix.
Drixel is absolutely...
He just got 3.
Ruined.
Yeah. That's bad. That's really bad. That is really, 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 really bad. That was a sweet pit stop, by the way, from Bob. So he's going to take the undercut by 1 lap over Cookie. Cookie will give 1 more lap on these things. Just kidding. Cookie's already on softs. Yeah, so he went in as well. I'm just blind, deaf, and a little bit of stupid. Good move, though, from Cookie to go in and pit when he did. That's going to be, as we mentioned, 15 laps on these things. Same thing with Bops. Bops, so a lot more to do. Cookie sits in 5th with 4, 5, basically 7 seconds from him to Drix, and no penalties.
Yeah, Cookie is in the main seat. You've got, for me, it's a battle between Marcus and Cookie right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cookie takes the place from Estenbar.
Yeah, pretty easily, too. He's hardly even having to work for it. Marcus Libs on those, slightly fresher tires than Drix, but not by a huge margin. It's about 5-lap-old mediums, so those are going to be very, very, very well within proper operating temperature and wear by the time they get to the end of this race. Drixes, however, are going to be getting near the end of their life. Cookie, of course, he's got 6, 7 laps to give absolute hell to these things and give it everything he's got. He needs to catch this gap to Master Turtle as quick as he can, and it looks like he's getting about 2 to 3 tenths per corner. Yeah, that's 4 tenths in a compound corner of a chicane. Almost 5. That is crazy talk. He is really giving it everything he's got, so he's making it work.
The gap to leader. The gap to leader was 8 seconds when those things went on. It's now 5.1. And he's not even 2 laps in yet.
Yeah, that's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. I think this could be a spot for him. This could end up being masterclass strategies right here. Everybody in chat, if you guys think that Cookie is the masterclass strategy, throw some 1s in the chat. If you think it's Marcus Libs on the masterclass, throw some 2s, because those are really the 2 different strategy calls that are either going to make or break this race for sure. Andy.
Oh yeah, change my name.
Yeah, Mr. Graves going to give us a lot too. And there goes Cookie making a dive down the inside of Master Turtle. Master Turtle gets actually a little bit squirrely as well. He's going to be able to hold off Estenbach from him. So Cookie well in front. 4.2 seconds as well from Drix right here. And Marcus Libs only 3 tenths out from Drix. He needs to clear that Aston Martin as quick as he can. Otherwise, he's going to be under onslaught because Drix definitely does not look as fast as Cookie. Neither of them do. But he just needs some sort of defense now, Marcus Libs does. And Marcus Libs says, I knew I need that. I'm going to get past you ASAP before I even get into turn 9. Or probably turn 8. Got a lot of 1s and a lot of 2s in there. Actually, only 1, 2. Mr. Graves, the only believer of Marcus Libs. Everybody else saying, Cookie, you are the master strat man tonight. But remember, his tires will die soon. Yeah, it's a big lockup. Yeah. His tires are going to die sooner than later. And then all pace is gone, and it's just a matter of holding on. He has to find a way to get in touching distance of Marcus Libs within DRS before he loses that pace. Otherwise, it's done for. Now imagine it's a safety car, though.
Cookie's flying. A safety car right now really does throw the cat amongst the pigeons. But that, again, would Cookie, if we had a safety car between now and lap 27, does Cookie come in for the fresh softs? Knowing that there's a relatively big gap back to Minico.
Well, everybody else will go in for sauce as well, so I feel like it kind of have to,
I think he, well.
Actually, no, Cookie's in that weird spot where he might stay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like a 50-50 slot right there, just because he's close to those guys. If he's out in front, he can dive in.
Yeah.
If he makes up that 2.4, 2.5 seconds now, there's a safety car, he can dive in, absolutely. But there's that temptation to stay out on track because Drix, Marcus, Estebar, Master Turtle, Minico, everybody would dive back in. But obviously, they'd Concertina back up, and then they'd be right on his tail.
Yeah, it's true. Now take a look at this this gap right here from Cookie to Drix. It's only 7 tenths. Cookie's going to get DRS the next time they go around a straightaway, so obviously didn't have DRS on these two because he just didn't catch him before he got to the hairpin. But that's 3 tenths in Wall of Champions? What? Yeah, I mean, did you also see how hard he just threw himself through Wall of Champions? That was full commit. He's going to try to get a better exit right here and take the undercut line. Won't have it, though. Drix going to hold him off and going to slow him down for sure. Yeah, look at that. Way slower. Yep, now it's 2 seconds. Was a little bit less than 2 seconds for just a second. I don't know, man. Cookie's, oh, yeah. He's driving as if there's nobody in front of him and then having to react instead of play as if there is somebody in front of him and plan ahead. So Cookie's playing, I think, a little bit too aggressively right now. Maybe playing with fire. Maybe burning out those tires even more, but he's feeling impatient. Wants to find his way through. You can see it through the driving. It's very interesting how you can tell people's emotions just through how they control their car. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure. You're absolutely spot on. He almost pushed him through turn 2, And then when it came to a point where, just anticipate that breaking point, just had to be a little bit more patient, because guess what? You've got this great big long straight where you can activate your DRS on the softer tire, and by the way, through you go.
Yeah, real easy too. Now, I do want to mention something. Take a look at the penalties. There are only 5 drivers yet to get a penalty so far.
Yes,
5.
impressive.
And Double A's has hit my 12.
There he is.
Somebody did
There
it.
he is.
It was going to happen. Thank you, Double A's. Appreciate you, Adam. Ooh, Snaky diving on the Yellow Snowman going into Wall of Champions. That's brave. Snaky also with DRS as well, so he'll be long gone. And in fact, Yellow Snowman getting dove by an Alpine on the inside. It's going to be Gamer, I'm pretty certain. Yeah, it is. And then it's a McLaren of Giants fan trying to get in front of that as well. Whoa, he's trying to get up into the battle. Won't get a good enough exit. Giants fan just barely holding down that final points position spot. Gamer, oh no, catching 3 more. He's at 12 as well. 2 drivers now at 12 seconds. A lot of people at 6s and a lot of 3s. Cookie 8/10 away from Marcus Slibbs. But Marcus Slibbs is about to get lucky, in my opinion, because he's about to get to that spot where Cookie's tires are going to hit their wall. 3 more laps. Cookie is on ice at that point. And if Cookie can't get in front of Marcus Slibbs, or at least get stabilized, I don't know, man. What are you thinking, Randy?
Yeah, I think Cookie's going to get out in front of Marcus, but then Marcus may well have a small tire advantage toward the back end.
Yeah, I think so too. You can see Cookie starting to really put pressure on him too. He's just trying to stay on that tailpipe. Doesn't want to make a move quite yet. Wants to let Marcus know, hey, I'm in your mirrors. Keep looking back at me. Keep looking back at me and making some little mistakes here and there. But I don't think Marcus is one to drive in his mirrors too much. He seems to be usually pretty resolute to just the road ahead. I don't know. I feel like those eyes that he has just laser focus on asphalt and are thoroughly repelled by reflective surfaces being mirrors. That's going to be Cookie being forced to the outside line, and Marcus covers off brilliantly. That's exactly the way you do it. He had already picked that inside line. He said, all right, you're not going to take that and get more speed. I'll take that outside line, so I get the racing line. Very smart from Marcus Slibbs right there. A lot of trust.
Absolutely superb from him.
There's a lot of trust in Cookie, too. Did you notice that? How he kind of trusted Cookie to make a stop. Giants fan, spun. Giants fan stuck on track. Oh, no, Giants fan's got to get out of the way really fast.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good.
Oh!
Just about good. Just about good. Gets out of the way. And I was just about to say, Punji, we're on lap 27 of 35 here at the circuit, Gilles Villeneuve, and we have yet to have a safety car, and we've yet to have a DNF on track.
Wow.
So let me just bowl that one down the long straight for us.
Yeah.
Because it'd be rude not to have some kind of commentator's curse with only a few laps left remaining. And Cookie picks up a 3-second time penalty
after getting in front of Marcus. Yeah. He had just got in front of Marcus, and then immediately afterwards, he catches a 3-second down turns 3 and 4. That is so not ideal. Cookie now has to do crazy work right here to get from, but now he's starting to press even harder through that chicane. In fact, he lost 2/10 because of it. Now he's definitely driving a little bit frustrated. Loses 3/10 actually out of that corner alone. Marcus lives on 50% battery. Cookie on just 11. Marcus actually in a brilliant position right here to potentially take this spot. Now there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers on track without a time penalty. Just 4 now. Andy.
Good work. Good work, Maud. That's all I can say. Good work, Maud.
There it is. Maud actually literally might pick up. Actually, Maud will actually pick up a position off of Double A's because Double A's has 12 seconds. That's so funny. Well, Maud's also on really old tires, so I think Double A's might gap him out. But could happen, though. Estemba and Drix, though, are actually in a little bit of a fight right here. Estemba's caught up. Again, fresher tires. What are we on the penalties, though? Estemba, 3 seconds more penalties than Drix, so he has to both clear it and get 3 on him. I don't see that one happening. Might clear him on track, not 3 more. No way.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I doubt it because he'll just drag Drix along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
There are some seriously long DRS zones here.
Yeah, big time. Now I think Marcus has seen that. He's obviously seen the time penalty, right? I bet you he's just decided to hang out now. He said, "All right, I'm good."
Yeah, he's going to let Cookie burn those tires out.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie's going to be forcing. Cookie's going to be. I mean, you look. He's now down at 8% ERS.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus still in the 40s. So, you're just good. Wipe the DRS. Wing wide open right now. Going down that big long straight. You know you can stick within DRS.
Wow. Look at how much he gained. That was almost half a second down just the first one.
Esteban takes position from Drix, so that's that done. But then, obviously, we've talked about that 3-second penalty advantage for Drix, haven't we? So again, be interested to see what both Drix and Marcus do now in those two situations where no danger behind, only got to concentrate on sticking with the car in front to snag the position, or will they want to battle it out and get the position back on track? We know what Formula One drivers are like. Yeah,
they are always battle as much as they possibly can. Now, right now, I think Marcus Libs has realized after coming down that straight very comfortably, he's like, yep, I've got him by about a half a second on these straightaways from DRS advantage. I don't need to be anywhere nearer than that. That is plenty fine. Even if he was like 8/10 out, he still will get back up to within 3/10 by the time he gets to the end of that DRS straight. And it's just 5 laps of cleanliness to go. Now, are you able to check a race director and see if Marcus Libs has any warnings? That would be really helpful because I'm curious if he's sitting on risky business or if he's feeling comfy, cool, calm, and collected. He's still pressing, in my opinion, through Wall of Champions. He's still giving it a pretty hardcore push, so... Then again, these guys' definition of a hardcore push and our definition of a hardcore push is usually a little bit different. Just a little bit.
I'm up to lap 15 and there aren't any yet.
Wow.
Marcus Libs has a warning on lap 25. One warning.
Wow. I do want to mention Setar giving us a really important piece of data. Did you know we have 87 seconds of cumulative penalties right now in this tier? That is double tier 5. They've done it.
That is see, I told you, the slower drivers pick up lots of penalties.
That's facts. Wow, that's a lot of penalties. That's pretty impressive. Ooh, Mark's having a hitch and Don't Blink having a little side-by-side action. Nice.
That's your under over
Rich Summer's
80.
out. No way!
Oh,
that's a safety car.
Safety car! Safety car. No way.
Right there on the left side of the track.
I'm amazed that we've got a safety car on lap 31 or 35.
We're going to have a great... it's going to go in. Marcus Sims has gone in.
Marcus.
He had to.
Marcus, yeah.
Everybody went in. Yeah, I mean, obviously they're all going to go in, right? We're going to have a safety car resume at the beginning of lap 34, almost certainly. Because right now we're at the beginning of lap 32. It'll have to serve all of 32, the beginning of lap 33. Yeah, it has to go in lap 34. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. So Marcus Libs is in a great spot. You know who's in a really good spot? Off of penalties alone? Arcadia. He was way out of contention. But because of the fact he's stayed clean, he's about to pick up at least 3 to 6 positions off of penalties alone because so many people in front of him have 6 or more.
Yeah,
6s
for sure.
and 12s.
Arcadia is, yeah, I mean, and he's currently sat in P12.
Wow.
You know, I would imagine he'd pick himself up 1, 2, 3, at least 4 positions.
Yeah, for sure. Now, one person did not go in, and that's only one, and it's Hitch. What do we think about that strategy from Hitch?
I don't mind that from Hitch. I don't mind it. He's only got 3 seconds of penalties.
That's true.
He's just got to be a roadblock.
Which it's easier said than done here in Tier 1, because, geez, when they get on softs, they all drive like they're the only ones on track with the soft tire. So
They drive like the only one on track most of the time anyway.
That's fair, actually. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. This is going to be interesting, man. I mean, these bands were just so nuts, though. Like, it's going to really mess up so many people. Nobody really, like, it's pretty much impossible to actually call the order of this race right now. Cookie is at risk of losing multiple positions, though basically everybody else behind him has 3 or 6. Actually, I think Cookie's still safe in second right now. That's crazy talk.
Cookie's still safe in second, you know? Cookie's safe in second.
Unless he gets another 3 second, in which case Strix will take him.
But I don't see there's much point in Cookie really trying to challenge. You know, I think in the back of your mind, if you're the Red Bull driver, you've just got to say, today wasn't the day,
Yeah.
Marcus will not be pushing hard.
Yeah, it's facts.
It depends how Drix, Estembar, and Master Turtle approach this safety car restart for me.
That's true.
Those three guys can make... Two of those guys have got 6 seconds. They're wanting to be getting away from Minico. They'll be wanting to be getting away from Supply Raptor, Yellow Snowman, and Hitch.
Yeah.
The guys with only 3 seconds. So if they're pushing hard, they could cause issues on this safety car restart. This thing isn't done.
That is true, and we do know that a few of them do like to find their way into causing issues as well. There's some history of causing some big pilots from some of these guys too. Mod, though, unfortunate timing from him. He had to go back in for a second pit stop, it looks like, and he is going to be way out of this thing. Safety car's about to get called in. Yeah, there it is. So Mod now is going to get his speed limited as well. All these drivers are going to go down to a deep halt, and Mod has to just get lucky that he can somehow catch them up. He's putting max pressure on, but again, the game's limiting his engine. So he has to hope that Cookie just really stops the grid. And it looks like he stopped the grid pretty hardcore. Mod literally is on for potential points if he can catch this grid.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Cookie, I think, is... Yeah. Cookie slowed it down. Mod might get it. Mod's going to get it. Mod's back.
Yeah. Maud's back, baby. Maud's back, baby.
Whoa! Mod is probably feeling like the luckiest man in the world right now. Cookie's still waiting to get us going. He's slowing everybody up. Says we are going to go my pace until I say so. It's going to be after Wall of Champions. Everyone's going to think they're going to need to go during Wall of Champions. Watch this, dude. It's about to accordion like crazy talk. But he goes now. Just kidding. It doesn't yet still. Cookie really to the late minute mark right there. And that's actually going to cause a bit of a collision between Giants fan and Don't Blink. Mod is licking his lips right now, about to go farther and farther up the grid off of penalties alone. Both the McLarens down in 17th and 18th. Unfortunate starts for them. Cookie gets a good launch, but not good enough. There's some yellow flags in the back. I think it's going to be, ooh, Don't Blink and Sketchy. Well, Don't Blink wasn't a great spot, but now he's going to lose some spots as well. He's got to get lucky on these penalties. You said Estembar is one to watch as well for potential collisions, right? And Master Turtle?
Yeah, the 3 behind Marcus, they're the ones that we've got to watch, in my opinion.
Yep. And there was a yellow flag, but it looks like it's cleared out.
Giants fan gets collected. He's now at the back.
Yeah, it's brutal. Do you think we see Marcus Libbs try to make a push to take this on track?
If I'm Marcus, I don't know whether I would or not. Maybe he will. There's no DRS, of course. We're not going to see DRS to the end of the race now. That's done and dusted.
Yep, Snakey's out!
Snakey's out.
Coming out of the hairpin.
Yeah. Weird.
Oh, wow.
Weird place to lose it.
I think he just went dead on straight and maybe missed a braking zone or something like that. Mod is in 14th, potentially about to get points. Arcadia getting massive points. Gamer has to go super wide left for taking the runoff road, and then Esteban gets the fast lap of the race. There's crazy scrap between Drix and Minico. Drix just trying to make some positions up. Remember, he's on those 3, and so he's actually genuinely fighting Minico.
In front, out in front, mistake from Cookie, had to take the runoff, and Marcus Libbs takes the lead of the race with Esteban
Master Turtle.
Around goes Master Turtle.
Who reset to track? Master Turtle just did a reset to track. Oh no. That is going to be a full race DQ. He was sitting so good, and now he's ruined it for himself. Marcus Libbs will be long in front. Essenbahn, 9-second penalties. Essenbahn, no way he goes for this move right here. He says, yeah, it's just not even worth it right now. I'll stay behind, not cause problems. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. Wait a second. No way. Don't do it, Essenbahn. Just stay behind. Yeah, that's the move. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Cookie almost rear-ending the heck out of that house as well. A little bit scary for me, honestly. I was a little scared that they were about to collide, but they didn't. And it looks like Marcus Libbs not only will get it on penalties, he's going to get it on track. Of course, Arcadia is going to get a lot of positions here, too, once they come across the line. But Marcus Libbs is looking like our man of the hour here at his home track. Marcus Libbs comes across the Well of Champions. He could get a 3-second penalty just for funsies if he wanted it. But he's not going to do it. He's going to come across clean. Marcus Libbs with the win here, grabbing that championship lead convincingly with Drix into second out of nowhere. Grabs it. Minico to third. Arcadia to fourth. Supply Raptor to fifth. And Cookie all the way down to sixth. Yellowstone in 7th. Mod in 8th. Mod in 8th. Mod in 8th. Mod in 8th. Penalties. Mod in 8th off of penalties. Don't blink. Esteban 9th. And Don't Blink grabbed himself a point off of penalties as well. Rounds out top 10. What a ridiculous finish.
Turn 1 on the final lap. Cookie, I don't know what happened. I flicked back to him just as he went through turn 1, missed out turn 2, took the run off, come back onto track, lost a bit of shape,
Wow.
and got overtaken by 2 cars and picked up that extra 3 seconds, which has meant that Drix moves up
Wow. And
into P2.
look at the podium, by the way. 2 Canadians on the podium. That's Marcus
Things you love to
Libs.
see.
Yeah, I know. That's Marcus Libs and Minico both grabbing themselves the podiums at their home track. Thank you so much, Sebi, for giving us that crazy finish. Arcadia, by the way, got 4th purely off of penalties. He was only half a second away from stealing a podium off of Minico. Off of penalties alone and getting no penalties. That's insane. So Minico, Drix, and Marcus Libs, if you guys are listening, you guys are more than welcome to join us in the interview room. Great racing from those guys. Marcus Libs, of course, grabbing his win and the championship lead right now. Drix into 2nd, Minico into 3rd, Arcadia in 4th, Supply Raptor 5th, Cookie 6th. Yellow Snowman, also great result for him in 7th. Mod, 20th to 8th. 20th to 8th. Esteban in 9th. Bit of a rough one at the end from him getting caught up in that incident. And then, of course, Don't Blink rounds out our top 10. Hitch and Bops in 11th and 12th. Match Turtle, Sketchy Bull, Double A's, Gamer, Giants Fan all round out the rest of our finishers. Snaky DNFing in the second to last lap. Sebi in 19th and Xylo in the last place, forfeiting early. Wow. Wow.
Another incredible race. Another incredible race, Punji.
What in the heck, man? This is every week it just gets gnarlier and gnarlier. This is just ridiculousness. Yeah, I think
100%. It does get as the further we move through each season, the more competitive we seem to get, the closer the quali times are, the tighter the fighting is on track. But again, I know there were a couple of mistakes tonight, but I still think, MRL's Tier 1 is the epitome, of decent racecraft, showing some respect and teamwork out on track.
That was the best. It's one of those situations where it's always bound to happen. They give the best they can. But the fact that really only like 2 people got collected out of that, think about that. Out of that crazy restart with 18 cars still in it, 2 people? Yeah, nothing. Maybe 3 or 4. We'll see obviously when this reports come out, but yeah, not that many. Do you mind if we send some pings to those guys to get them into the interview box?
Yeah. Let me jump on with that right now. Marcus,
Minico, and Drix.
Minico.
I like that you call him Drixel.
I know. I just can't stop myself.
People used to call him Drizex. That was my favorite. I forgot who it was that called him Drizex. That was my favorite because it was definitely full. What's that word when you can't get dyslexic? Full dyslexia. With the last 2 letters. It was very funny. Drizex was my favorite. Wow. And it's good to see Drix back on the podium.
We've already got Marcus and Minico in the room.
Let's grab Minico in. Let's pull him in.
So I'll pull Minico in.
Yeah.
Box 2.
Mr. Minico. Well, hello, good sir. How are you doing?
I am doing quite well. I wasn't expecting this.
I had a feeling you would be. That is a ridiculous finish. You and Drix scrapping that to the end on that final lap was awesome, dude. That was so good. Oh man, that was awesome to see you guys find your way up there. Now, obviously, you had a bit of an up and down race. I feel like there was a point where you were in like back 10 even.
That was 15th at one point, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I remember seeing you pretty low down in the standings. How did you recover that so well?
One thing's for sure, I just want to get this out of the way. The reason why I was way down P15, I actually had front wing damage. I gave myself damage at the exit of turn 4. It wasn't really that bad. It wasn't that bad, but like, no, it wasn't lap 1. It was kind of like lap 9 or something. I don't know. Either way, yeah, it wasn't even that bad. I went to pits, quickly repaired it, and then, yeah, due to the fact that I had fresher mediums than literally everybody in front, I was able to claw my way through the field, and yeah, I wasn't expecting a late safety car, so thank you, Sebi. You're the reason why I got this podium. But, yeah, pleasant surprise. And my home race too.
Yeah, I mean, the way that you navigated that traffic at the end too was genuinely genius because you had a couple people in front of you that had 6-second penalties, and you probably knew like, oh yeah, they're gonna be crazy people. They're gonna be trying to dip out, and there's no way they can gain 3 seconds in the matter of a lap and a half, right? But you just played it so smart. There was a big collision I think you just barely got in front of as well with Snaky and Master Turtle. I want to say, you were just in front of that. Did you? No, was it turn 4? Did you see that in your rear view or no? It was the final lap.
I wasn't even paying. Oh no, I didn't see that at all.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Literally one position behind you. And
yeah, I was too busy just focusing on my race. I didn't care what happened behind me. I was just making sure that I kept it within track limits.
yes, yeah. Well, hey, you did the right thing for that one, man. That's a comfy podium. Now, where does that put you in the championship now? That's pretty good points for you.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I want to say like 4th. I don't know. I'm just gonna hear.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hear in the championship, just grabbing points. Like I'm not really doing anything significant, but I'm doing enough.
I mean, you were in 5th, and that puts you well above Ryan Newton and Supply Raptor. You're in 3rd.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
3rd because Drix only outscored me by 3. So yeah,
you're in
I'll
3rd.
take that.
All right. How about that? Not bad, man. Welcome to 3rd place in the championship. This is looking like a pretty decent start to the championship for you. I mean, we're obviously round 4. We got an off week next week, and then going into Netherlands. How are you feeling about that track?
Not really my best track. I do have pace, but just sometimes things don't go my way.
Yeah.
Considering how kind of dead I want to say this season has been, I think it'll just be a lonely race from my end. Points, that's pretty much it. Just go for points. And yeah, just get on with it.
Hey, points are points. We'll take him. By the way, Pat, he called that you were going to take a podium tonight. So well done to make his dreams come true. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Pat. You're the reason why. Him and Sebi.
It was for you guys.
They could share that.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Well, man, thanks again. It was great racing watching you out there, and can't wait to see you in 2 weeks for some Netherlands.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had a break week.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I forgot about the Super Bowl. But yeah, cheers for the comms, guys. Really appreciate it.
Of course.
Well done.
We'll see you later, Skater.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
You too.
All right, do we have
we don't have a Drixel. Sorry, Drix.
I love it. Keep calling Drixel. Just do it. That's what we
you
want.
keep calling me Rage Kiwi, so
I do, but Rage Kiwi.
keep going.
That's actually it's a fair point. I can't even. Yeah, I'm not gonna defend this one. Well, we got Mr. Marcus Libs in here. What? Mr. Marcus Libs with not only the win, the championship lead by a decent margin. How are you feeling after today's home race win, my man?
Yeah, feeling great. Like you said, the home race win, that was a bit tense at the end, but yeah, it was fun.
So, speaking of the tenseness, we didn't quite see what happened to Cookie into turn 1 on the final lap. Did he lose it? Was there a tap? What happened there? Because we missed it.
Yeah, during the race following him, I was noticing he was braking quite early into turn 1.
Mhm.
So I've decided to go for a launch into turn 1.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was completely on his inside of the corner, but he just turns in on me.
Oh.
So yeah, there was contact there, but he had to go wide, and yeah, I catched an oversteer moment because of the contact model. But yeah,
probably just some hard racing. What it sounds like.
To me, yeah. I mean, it's a good, it's a fair launch. Hard racing for sure, but yeah. I don't think nobody deserves a penalty there. Just how it is.
Yeah, one of those. Well, excited to see that one for sure. If it does go to the stewards review, RIP, at least we'll get a good clip. But if it doesn't, then heck yeah. I mean, either way, dude, like that was an insanely smart race the way you played it too. It was a risky strategy, the one that you took, getting on the mediums instead at the end. Obviously, Cookie opting for the opposite way and taking the softs. Did you do that because you were kind of trying to cover off for that last, that late safety car, or what was kind of the strategy going into this race?
I was kind of hoping for an early safety car to pit on the other tire than the soft. And that was pretty much to cover my P1 to start on the soft, but there was no safety car. So Cookie was then way faster than me on his medium. So I've decided to follow him in his DRS to have a fresh medium for the end of the race.
That's smart. Yeah, speaking of qualifying and you getting into pole, what the heck, dude? That was a one shot effectively because you had invalid laps and then your only valid lap is blisteringly fast. How did you handle that pressure? That is intense pressure. What'd you tell yourself before you hit that lap?
I don't think I've handled the pressure quite good on this one. Yeah, I invalidate my first 2 push lap, and my PB was 1 minute 8.6. So that was still half a second off. So, but yeah, still was good enough for pole. So,
sir, that's less than half a second off the world record, right?
Yeah, I do know that.
Of course you do. That's crazy. Well, not surprised. I mean, we had a thought. I said, I think you're probably gonna be the one to beat tonight, and you were, and nobody could do it. So, well done, my man. Great race for sure. And I'm excited to see you in 2 weeks because remember next week we got off, but I'm excited to see you 2 weeks in Netherlands. Enjoy the extra practices. I'm sure is what you'll be doing on Super Bowl Sunday instead of watching football.
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it
are?
with friends and family. Yeah.
Heck yeah,
Good
you're gonna be
man.
you're wearing your Taylor Swift jersey?
Actually, the only football match I'm watching is the Super Bowl. So
I said that just to make Andy mad.
yeah,
We're not having
funny.
no Taylor Swift. The
Absolutely.
least I see of Taylor Swift and the damn Kansas City Chiefs, the better.
How about the more? Let's do it. Get the Chiefs going. Well, hey man, the Chief of tonight was you. So great racing, man. That was really impressive. And we will see you in 2 weeks in Netherlands.
sure. Have a good Super Bowl, everyone. Take care.
Thanks. Of course.
Take care,
Later, Skater.
Marcus. Congratulations. Well done.
Thanks. Bye.
Well, Andy, I know how you stand on the Chiefs, but I'm standing that like I said, the Chief of the night was definitely Marcus Lives. That was unbelievably great racing, and I'm excited to see more of that craziness going into the next few rounds. It's going to make him and Cookie be even tighter championship rivals too, because they were very much so the two to beat today. And if that keeps continuing for the rest of the season, their championship lead with the two of them is just going to keep going bigger and bigger and bigger, and whoever's in third is just going to be so far away in purgatory points. So, that's it's going to be intense, man. Do you think Marcus Libbs is looking like the stronger one now, or do you think it might be Cookie as the season winds down?
I couldn't tell you really, because I think you could pick either of those two. I think those two are head and shoulders above the rest right now.
Yeah.
From a pace, from a strategy point of view, from a cleanliness point of view, I know we've seen a little tap there, and in chat there's a couple of little comments.
Yeah, somebody says it's going
may
to be a
well
penalty.
may well put into dispute the eventual winner of the race that we've just seen tonight. However, those two guys for me are head and shoulders above the others right now.
Yeah.
I expect them to be battling. We're not even halfway through the season. Let's not forget that. We're early doors.
Yep.
So we've got a long way to go when it comes to racing. All it takes is one or two incidents to cause some potential lack of points through a DNF. And it might not be the fault of the drivers that are the championship protagonists.
Yeah.
However, it can happen. It does happen. And let's hope it doesn't happen.
Exactly. We want it to be
a good, clean, hard racing to the end.
Yes. We want it to be all settled on track, not on DNFs. That's the goal. But hey,
not in the steward's room. And
Correct.
not in the steward's room.
Exactly. Most importantly. Well, hey, one place that almost never finds himself in the steward's room is No Assists here. And they are up right now, about to go out and go racing. So we're going to go ahead and leave you guys to some good No Assist action for the night. Make sure you go jump over to the No Assists here and give them tons of love. Pat the Rock and Mock Mage giving us all the best calls every single week in and week out. It is absolute chaos up there. If you thought Tier 1 was wild, just wait until all these guys learn how to racing line. Because only a few of them did not do a racing line during that race right there. Just want to let you know. Marcus Libbs, one of them, by the way. Never touched an assist in his life, Marcus Libbs. Still crazy to me. Only league he's ever done. This one. Crazy. Well, hey, we're gonna go jump over to some No Assist time, and then after that, obviously, 2 weeks from now, we'll be seeing you guys back here in Tier 1 for some Moose Racing League action at Netherlands. Until next time, I need you guys to do me a favor. As always, keep being wonderful. Keep making the world a better place. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate all y'all's support. Hope you guys all had a great time watching that epic action. Andy, any last words before we get out of here?
Just want to say thank you to you. Thank you to the drivers yet again for an outstanding display. And I hope everybody enjoys our No Assists. Those two guys, Pat and Mage, I love those two guys. They make watching that an absolute pleasure, even if it's 1 a.m. and you're in the UK.
That's facts, yeah. You'll still be up, I know you. Yep. All right, guys. We will see you all later. Have fun and No Assists. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.